All that for this. Weeks of sailing, and at the far side of the ocean there's the first sight of land. It's gigantic. Another wall of the Atlantic, sheer cliffs right ahead, and no impression of having left old Europe. La Désirade, the wildest, the most unexpected of the islands of Guadeloupe, an island cut in two. On the other side of the cliffs that form a rampart to the ocean and the swell lie the port and the inhabited part. A single road crosses this island, standing out sharply. Even though the external signs of a tiny tropical paradise seem totally absent, we are indeed in the Caribbean. At 11 kilometers long and barely 2 wide, it's an island that is all length and languor, stretching out like an immense promontory rising up to face the wide ocean away to the east. La Désirade, so much desired. What relief to catch sight of it, eh, Mr. Columbus? For it was merely the prelude to a vast territory stretching out behind it. That Grande Terre marked by this highly symbolic point. Castle Point, and its giant cross exposed to the trade winds that still today seems to say, "Bravo, mariners, you have crossed the Atlantic. You are now approaching that great island known as Guadeloupe." Pursuing this voyage along the coast of Grande Terre, there was just one thing missing, something obvious. And then in this landscape of cliffs, suddenly there's a splash of deep blue. The slide projector starts up. Doubtless it's reductive, but that's how Guadeloupe appears today, a wildly successful tanodrome. Exoticism and sunstroke guaranteed, that's true. A machine to boost the morale of the metropolitan French as winter drags on interminably in Europe, that's true too. On the south coast of Grande Terre, out to sea, a lighthouse on a few hundred square meters. These are the islands of Petite Terre, now becoming increasingly less deserted. You have to admit that they have it all: blue waters, palm trees, coral reefs. The price of all this success, let's call it tourist success, is called Le Gosier, where the features of the coast have changed enormously over the last 20 years. Defiscalization laws have probably had something to do with this galloping urbanization. But it's still a surprise to see so many swimming pools right on the edge of the sea.
And when the night falls, start the magic so bright.
Divided between La Basse et la Grande Terre, some 500,000 people live on Guadeloupe. Its capital is Pointe-à-Pitre. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, and just as much water is flowing over the Carbet Falls. And the summit of La Soufrière volcano still has its head in the clouds. This is Basse-Terre now, A different territory, perhaps more lush, certainly more watered and hilly than the rest of Guadeloupe. Green, agricultural Basse-Terre. They grow fruit there, including lots of bananas, on plantations which are easy to spot because they're flown over by every sort of aircraft. Aerial sweeps are a daily event. They're spreading chemical products. Puff, I'll give you a little squirt here, and a little more there. If the area is smaller, then a helicopter makes figures in the sky. Bingo, no more predators on the bananas. We return to the west coast of Basse-Terre, where an industrial installation has attracted our attention. It's a plant that is unique in the Caribbean, and indeed in Europe, because Guadeloupe belongs to the European Union. It's a geothermic plant, and the idea is to capture natural energy, that from geothermal springs. In simple terms, they plug some pipes under the volcano, and hot, even boiling water comes up to feed the turbines that produce cheap electricity. The inhabitants of the nearby town get the benefit. The town is called Boiling, just like the water from the volcano, of course. Here everything is one, the sea, the jungle, the volcano, and it all seems to form one rounded, harmonious whole. You can live beside the sea, but as everywhere, places are expensive here too. So you can settle way up there in the hills, but it's hello road when it's time to go home at night or come down in the morning. Or there's always the solution of a boat as a home. And why not moor up near the Pigeon Islands, also known as the Cousteau Reserve, because our explorer with the little red hat was so amazed by the density of the undersea wildlife. A sign of the times. Here, as in the rest of the Caribbean, the catamaran, a sort of floating camper van, reigns supreme. It's 27 degrees Celsius, and to think that it's winter in Europe. In the Caribbean, the rainy season is drawing to its close. There are still a few threatening spots in the distance, but now the sky is more often blue than black. Very clear this afternoon over the two breasts. It's 5 p.m. We're in the north of Basse-Terre. The fear of cyclones fades with the last days of October, but there are still some scars. A motorboat hurled into the living room by the powerful swell from the west. Bye-bye boat. Both concave and convex, and certainly not straight, the beach of Grand Anse is never more attractive than at sunset. If Medication Guadeloupe was reimbursed by Social Security, then Grand Anse would be black with people. In the series Beach and Bay That Do You Good, they say there's better, well, different anyway. Opinions are divided, and the debate can go well beyond the bounds of reasonableness. So, The pearl of Guadeloupe and of the Caribbean is, of course, the Saints archipelago, isn't it? This afternoon, it's a sailboat from South Africa. Yesterday, it may have been Americans, English, or Metropolitan French. If sailing is a way of life to you, then dropping anchor in the Bay of Saints is a must. You have to have done it. It's gone 5 o'clock, the time when the light transforms the Saints. Time for setting out from the only dock on the most valued island in the archipelago, Terre de Haut, sometimes mocked for its somewhat Saint-Tropez character. Terre de Haut and its bay, where some people believe they can see Rio after a few cocktails. "5:30, the Saints sanctified. Now the last passenger ships have gone, and the Saintois are left to themselves. The island boat regains its calm and its colours. Peaceful saints. Even the local cemetery with its white tombs is in keeping. Some are covered with seashells, so the dead retain a close, carnal relationship with the sea. Once more, the tropical night falls of a sudden. In the sensual dampness of the trade winds, earth and sea become but one.